And how many games of how many expansions have you been a part of a expansion release and it been just a cluster? Well, guys, let me tell you, on September 4th, Ultima Online Outlands actually did a pretty flawless expansion release. I was extremely impressed, as was the talk of the stream chat. As you guys know, I stream every Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and lately it's been mostly just Ultima Online Outlands. Especially since the release of the new expansion, I just haven't been able to seem to put the game down. It's just so much fun. At the beginning, right before the actual release, there was a big event in Outpost. Now, in this event, Outpost was just swarmed with demon-type monsters and all kinds of crazy stuff, including Balrons. Up on top of the ledge on the east side of Outpost, there was a giant spire, dark spire or so to call it. And there was a question mark, strange familiar that just kept summoning more and more Balrons. She kept doing some weird poison thing that was really just murdering people, and she was saying a bunch of crazy things. One of which that really caught my attention was she said that she has destroyed countless worlds before ours, and we really stood no chance. Ours would be no problem at all. Luckily, we stood a chance there at Outpost and we fought them back, and upon a lot of those corpses, there were some different rares of that sort. One of them being something along the lines of a sliver of another world called Britannia. And it got me thinking, yeah, Britannia was one of the worlds that they destroyed. And I started wondering what kind of adventures would unfold and some of the lore that would unfold throughout this expansion that Outlands has created. We actually did a 12-hour stream starting just before when the servers came up. And once the servers came back and the expansion was officially released, it was like a stampede running straight over to the new world. Right to the east of Outpost, there was a new bridge and there was an open world of places that you would think you could place a house. But if you guys remember, there was the lottery for the settlement passes and the mooring passes and all that really cool stuff. And also I found that settlement passes could actually drop from different expansion monsters. Was really excited about that. I went ahead and I ran, just kept going straight east, and I found the new town called Anchor's Rest. It was very beautifully done. I mean, it was really, really cool. It's just this like over the ocean town, just standing on different, I don't know, it was just really, really cool. I was excited to explore the place, but there was a lot more things that I wanted to explore. First of all, I really wanted to find the new dungeon, Shadowspire Cathedral, and once we finally got there, we were bombarded by a crap ton of SOF Reds. They dominated the entrance to Shadowspire Cathedral for many, many hours throughout the day, periodically coming and going, letting people come in, and then coming back and wiping them out. It was actually pretty cool. I was glad to see that. Once I made it into Shadowspire Cathedral, I realized that these monsters were not just ordinary monsters. Just like with Urgton Bluffs and then the Undermountain and then now this dungeon, they just got more and more powerful. These things were super strong, and it was a lot of work to kill even just one on level 1. Definitely not a place to go if you're a brand new character. I would, me being a tier 13 command and having a couple follower damage links, I still really struggled a lot with the monsters in Shadowspire Cathedral. But I'm really glad that the difficulty of the monsters continues to improve, thus making more challenges and different things of that nature as we progress throughout this game. Some of the new introductions of like wrestling actually being a legitimate fighting skill, making monks, my good friend Amish Hammer, make sure you guys go follow him on Twitch, Amish_Hammer, but either way, he has really been taking a hold of the wrestling and the wrestling codex and doing a really good job. up. On top of that, he also uses the chivalry skill, which I did do a little bit on test, and I thought it was really powerful. The utility and the AoE heals and things of that nature, which, by the way, in Shadowspire Cathedral, it is a blessing because there's tons and tons of like 30 plus damage bleeds and some crazy damage stuff in there. So chivalry is definitely something that's needed, especially if you are a melee character. I happened to just really fall in love with the necromancy skill, and I kind of teeter-tottered back and forth over if we were going to make a video over my new necromancy skill or one to just kind of recap what has all happened with the new expansion over the last week. I decided to go ahead and make this video over what has happened in the last week, obviously, but if you'd like to see the build that I have been currently running, either tune into the streams or post in the comments below that, hey, you want to see different necromancy builds, chivalry builds, all those cool little builds. As you guys know, I definitely like to make videos based on what you guys, the viewers, want to see. In the afternoon, Expo did a really cool event that explained that broken down caravan that was on the way to Anchor's Rest. He had said, hey, there were supplies in there that were meant to be built for the Moongate of Anchor's Rest, but it never really made it there. So it's up to you, brave adventurers, to go and, help escort the new caravan over there, pick up the supplies and get them over there so we can have a Moongate over there at Anchor's Rest. So we basically escorted this caravan all the way through. Tons and tons of blood cultists and monsters spawned everywhere, and we had to fight them off, ultimately leading up to a big boss that dropped tons and tons of loot. I looked out, I got some research materials and some other cool things. I didn't get a rare or anything of that sort, but I did hear there was a few on there. It was really cool doing a boss and a caravan alongside the entire server. There was tons and tons of people, and oh my gosh, there was so many people. Ironically enough though, I didn't lag until the monster died and everybody swarmed the monster trying to get all the loot. After that boss was done and the event was over with, I headed straight to Shadowspire Cathedral. Shadowspire Cathedral was extremely difficult, and my favorite part of it was the Silver Moon Gates. When you go through the Silver Moon Gates, it would take you to a random echo, which I personally have not figured out exactly the rhyme or reason or how you figure out which echo you may go to. If you guys know that if there's some pattern or if it's just random, post in the comments below, send me a message on Discord, join the Pwn Star Gaming Discord, let us know in there. I'd love to understand that a little bit better. But either way, it was really cool. There was different ones. There was the Orc Fort, there was the Lord British's Throne Room, a Tarathian Keep, there was West Britain Bank, which was really cool. You actually killed the guards, and they would say, "Thou will regret thine actions, swine." It was really cool. There was the Hedge Maze. I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Impeth Abbey, which is the U Bank. All these echoes, as they were called, of old Britannia locations with extremely hard monsters. Some of them dropping upwards of almost 3,000 gold per monster. Obviously, we left piles amongst piles of gold in there, but they were a lot of fun once we figured out how to kill them exactly, the best way for us to take them out. Then also later on in the week, actually, Sin did what I believe to be the very first trade caravan. It was really cool, actually. It just started off somewhere. We followed it all the way from Terran to Prevelia and killed whatever monsters spawned on the way. Once we got there, everybody that participated got some really cool loot, including mellowweed seeds and other cool stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It was a little short. It was only 8 minutes and 5 seconds on the difficulty setting, but the concept was really cool, and I look forward to doing more of those on a regular basis. I just think that we went a little overkill in bringing literally the entire guild was there for it, so it was a lot of fun, actually. And guys, that's pretty much been it. I just really wanted to do a recap over the last week with the release, the expansion itself, kind of what I've been doing. Tons of necromancy, me personally. I'm actually working on a archer mage PK. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll start doing a little bit of that on the live streams, different things of that nature. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the subscribers, all almost 2,500 of you guys. Pretty cool, right? Thank you to the channel members, the Patreons, all you guys. Come hang out on the live streams. Join the Pwn Star Gaming Discord. We have a lot of good discussion in there. We talk about builds, just random stuff, the Matrix a lot lately, and other things like that. Other than that, guys, today the beer of the day is from Eddie Line Brewery. Stay on the trail. Pale Ale. I figure that this message is out to you guys, Owen, Expo, Lucius. You guys just stay on the trail that you're doing, because it's obviously working. Pretty much every day I hear of somebody new starting on Outlands, and that's a beautiful thing. So thank you guys. This one's to you for sure. Eddie Line Brewery is cool. It started in 1999 as Socorro Brewing Company at the Socorro Springs Brewing Company, and then it converted over in like 2004 to Eddie Line. But other than that, guys, skull. Man, that's tasty. It's got like a little bit of a, I don't know, like a refreshing lemony zest at the end. It's really good. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Pwn Star Gaming out.